Murder most bold Judge Robert Duck burst in Taiwan. A giant yellow duck on display at Taiwan Keelung Port is finding little to be happy about this New Year's Day. The flat 18-meter inflatable art installation created by Dutch artist Florentijn Holman burst and deflated on Tuesday, leaving locals struck and disappointed. The duck's demise came only 11 days after it arrived in Keelung City Harbor, the latest in a multi-city Taiwan tour for the celebrity bird. There are multiple theories as to what led to the New Year's Eve tragedy. Murder most false, according to Taiwan media reports. One tourist claims she saw what like an eagle scratch the rubber duck with its talons. If that's indeed the case, jealousy could very well have been the motivation behind this unprovoked attack. Meanwhile, a meteorologist speculates an unseasonal dose of sunshine may have overheated the duck, disrupting its internal pressure after weeks of cold, rainy conditions leading to its rupture. We want to apologize to the fans of the yellow rubber duck, said Keelung City Council Speaker Han Chen-han while addressing media. We haven't found the cause of the burst. We will carefully examine the duck to determine the cause. Photos of the damaged duck can be viewed on Chinese microblogging site Weibo. Fortunately for fans, the city says it plans to borrow another copy of the floating art installation due to be installed by Saturday at the earliest. A turbulent past. Versions of the famous duck have previously taken up temporary residence in cities all over the world, including Beijing, Osaka, Sydney, Sao Paulo, and Amsterdam. After stirring up a craze in Hong Kong in May and June, followed by a 2-month stint in Beijing, the 18-meter inflatable duck arrived in Taiwan in September. It was docked at Kaohsiung City until October 20th, before floating to Taoyuan land, its recent spot in Keelung in northern Taiwan. Tuesday's deflation is the latest in a string of unfortunate duck-related incidents. In May of 2013, Hong Kong's version of the giant duck mysteriously lost in its mojo one night, leaving its deflated yellow shell bobbing left the sea in Victoria Harbour. In late October, the Taoyuan version deflated and exploded during an attempt to re-inflate it. In 2009, during a port called Beijing, it was stabbed 42 times by a vandal. We don't know why the person did it, artist Holman said in an earlier interview with CNN. But the incident brought the people of that town together. The community had a stake out at night and protected it, and even the police looked after it. It's just that this piece of art means a lot to people in the vicinity of this work. Now Disney can track your every move with an SA-style wristbands. Families planning trips to one of Disney's theme parks can now get waterproof rubber wristbands embedded with computer chips in lieu of paper tickets. When scanned, the bands can act as a park entry ticket, a flat pass, a hotel room key, and a credit card. The Magic Bands, which are currently optional, are part of a new My Magic vacation management system that can track guests as they move throughout the park. Efficiency? Perhaps, but pro Snowden, some worry that Magic Bands are nothing more than an SA-esque tracking device. The My Magic system is designed to track users' purchasing habits, and if parents agree to certain settings, employees playing characters in the park can use hidden sensors to track children and their information. So Goofy can walk up to a child and say something like, "Hi Bobby, happy birthday." Pretty creepy. Plus, others worry that someone might be able to hack your band and thus access your hotel room and credit card. Massachusetts rep at Market publicly criticized the ban after they were announced last year, saying that he worried that the new tickets invade the privacy of millions of children. Disney's CEO Bob Iger responded by calling Market's statement ludicrous and ill-informed. Disney Fantastic, for their part, can wait to get their bands on the device. Top 5 songs for week ending December 28th. We're spotlighting the 5 most popular songs in the Billboard Hot 100 Pop Singles chart for the week ending December 28th, 2013. Lord 17 dips a start to 5th place with her 4 million selling breakout hit Warriors. The young New Zealander took to the internet site Reddit last week to answer listeners' question. She acknowledged looking like Gulen for the Lord of the Rings movies when she performs, but said she concentrates on feeling the music rather than posing. Lord has the stage in New Zealand and Australia in January and February. Then kick off a North American headline tour in March. A great big word, and Christina Aguilera rise 4 slots to 4th place with Say Something. Back in September, Aguilera heard the original version featuring just Les Stew from New York City. She loved it, and within a week they were in the studio cutting a new version together. Christina hasn't risen this high in the Hot 100 since 2011, when she and Maroon 5 hit number 1 with Move Like Jagger. Holding tight in the 3rd place is One Republic with Counting Stars. Lead singer Ryan Tedder worked on Beyond's latest album, producing the song XO. He says he didn't know about its release until 19 minutes before it hit the market. The oven currently rules the Billboard Pop Oven Chart. People and Kesha stay within striking distance in second place with Timber. Last week, Kesha premiered 2 new songs on the season final of her MTV reality show, My Crazy Beautiful Life. She spoke about her upcoming third album, calling it honest and fearless. No word on when we'll get it, though. Emily and Rihanna are your Hot 100 Singles champs for the second week with The Monster. Both Emily and Kanye West passed on opportunities to perform special concerts during Super Bowl week, with Emily reportedly asking for $2 million fee to perform at the NFL owners' party. That was too much, so Janelle Monáe is now the headliner. Let's pause to celebrate the holiday season, but remember the trust never sleep. China's aircraft carrier returns from South China Sea mission. China's first aircraft carrier has returned to its home port after a series of training exercises in the South China Sea. It was the Lao's first long-distance training mission since being commissioned last year, raising concerns in the West and several nations with territorial spat with the country about China's growing naval power. The official Xinhua news agency said the refurbished Soviet carrier underwent a comprehensive test of its combat system and conduct a formation practice. Xinhua quoted unnamed naval sources as saying the 37-day trip attacked the anticipated objectives and that all tests went well as scheduled. Shanshong, the landmain's captain, reported that the mission went smoothly. We try to integrate the test, training and combat of the aircraft carrier during its scientific research and training in the South China Sea, and we focused on the research of its safeguard and combat abilities, said Zhang. The landing was escorted by aircraft, warships, and submarines that also participated in the test. On December 5th, one of the Chinese warships escorting the landing narrowly avoided colliding with a U.S. naval vessel. U.S. officials said the USS Copenhagen was forced to take evasive action to avoid hitting the Chinese vessel. Pentagon chief Chuck Hagel later said China acted in an irresponsible manner during the standoff, which occurred as the U.S. ship monitored the Chinese carrier group in international waters. Beijing, however, said it acted in accordance with strict protocol and suggested the U.S. ship it had ignored warnings and come too close to the Chinese carrier. Carl Tyer with Australia's University of New South Wales says the issue is that China has a different interpretation of international law and what's permissible on the high seas or international waters. He told VOA that China should work with US to establish appropriate rules of behavior in intelligence gathering, much like Washington did with Moscow during the Cold War. This sort of intelligence gathering is stable when countries face each other and have nuclear weapons. I think that the Soviet Union and the United States appreciated that, and China has also got to learn to be a bit more sophisticated, I think, with how it's going to relate with the United States in military operations at sea to prevent these incidents, said Tyer. Tyer also pointed to that Beijing is not seeking out clashes with the US, but that it hopes to use its growing naval strength to keep US forces as far as possible from its mainland. For its part, China has described the Lime's role as experimental and analysts agree its capabilities are limited. Peter Dean of Australian National University's Strategic and Defense Studies Centre told VOA the carrier is only half the size of the United States' new Gerald Ford-class supercarriers. However, he also noticed that the carrier should be seen as representative of China's wider ambitions. It's linked to their trade and ability to exert more power around the region. As one of the Chinese admirers recently said, aircraft carriers are what great power have, and China very much sees itself as coming into a stage of its development as a great international power, explained Dean. Many of China's neighbors are concerned about its rising status and accuse it of being more aggressive in recent years in defending its maritime claims. China's choice of the South China Sea as the location to conduct the Lime's first long-term training mission seems to do little to calm those concerns, since Beijing has territorial disputes with several of its neighbors there. The flag must have leadership checks. Gone are the days when middle management was expected to lead troops into some territorial battles with rivals. Disregarded the old command culture favored in the 80s, abandoned the tired business school mantra about always seeming to be the smartest one in the room. These days, it's about collaborating, listening, and treating more junior employees as equals. The prevailing culture for successful business now is a management structure that is flat, where the most junior associate has a chance to develop the next big idea. Don't know how to get by in such a world? Here, then, are 5 things all managers need to know to succeed in business today. 5. Trusting workplace breeds creativity. The best leader finds a way to encourage creativity in their teams. Pulling that off begins by dispelling the myth that someone just aren't creative. Everybody has the ability to be creative in one way or another, said executive coach Charles Day with the Looking Glass, a management consultancy in New York City. The key is to figure out how to unlock it in your employees. To help new ideas grow, be sure employees have contact. In other words, they should understand the overall goals of the company. When a new idea fits the business strategy, be generous with the time allocated to exploring it. Then be sure your more junior employees know they won't be criticized for trying a novel idea that fails. Some companies foster exploration by encouraging employees to try new creative outlets. Computer design firm 53, based in New York City and Seattle, hosts regular classes to teach employees subjects such as fashion illustration. The company's IT guy won't be designing dress for the runway anytime soon, but the process helps employees to tap into their imagination. It might seem strange to teach a bunch of engineers how to do fashion sketches, admits 53, co-founder and chief executive officer George Pachnik. But creativity happens when boundaries are crossed. 4. Trust your intuition. Sometimes, within a generation, the concept of instinctive intuition has gone from quick science to a proven strategy for success in business. That's in large part thanks to studies that shows it's best to rely on a gut feeling when you need to make a quick decision. It's especially true when you have extensive knowledge of a subject. A lot of people think intuition is general purpose, but intuition is actually domain specific, said Massimo Piglisi, a philosophy professor at State University of New York. Intuition is the result of your subconscious brain picking up clues and hints and calculating the situation for you, and that's based solely on experience. Maybe one of the most famously intuitive leaders, Steve Jobs, often spoke of following his heart. Let's help Jobs green light to projects that seemed too risky back in 2001. iTunes and the iPod. It is more than just a gut feeling, however. The last from Apple. Piglisi said, as to follow up Snap's decision with meticulous attention to detail. Have the courage to follow your heart into intuition, Jobs told the graduating class of Stanford University in 2005. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. 3. When to be funny. Knowing when to use a joke can help dissolve uncomfortable situations and help bosses build real relationships with their employees. However, jokes should never belittle a more junior employee or stray into the realm of color humor, but a boss who can crack jokes at his own expense. That's a good way to lighten the mood. As suppose a Nevada-based online shoe retailer, toy gun wars regularly break out between departments, and videos of employees oddly dressed and dancing on their desk often end up on YouTube. All that joking around has made employees more loyal to the company and more productive. Any type of positive humor seems to improve job satisfaction, said Jessica Magnus, Associate Professor of Management at the Cameron School of Business at University of North Carolina, Wilmington. Humor shows that you're a really person that you can relate to your employees on the same level. 2. Trust in delegation. It's task-based for managers to delegate important tasks, and it's something few successfully pull off. The reason is simple. They often think they're better equipped to do work than their more junior employees. Instead, the key is to trust them with the difficult part of the job. Let them succeed with just a few nudges and checks. Workers will be more likely to work hard for you. At the end of the day, it's all about trust and that willingness to be vulnerable, said Matthew Purcell, Assistant Professor of Organizational Behavior at the University of North Carolina's Fuller Business School. 1. Top-down collaboration. Creating workplace collaboration isn't as simple as it just telling employees to work together. Instead, managers must give their teams specific tools, then oversee how they are being used. We often tell people to work together, but we don't tell them how, said E. Allen Link, Professor of Leadership at Duke University Fickett School of Business, North Carolina. First, we have to be more mindful that people working together is not a normal state of things. Managers must show how good ideas come out of working together. They must also demonstrate that real collaboration equals innovation, and be on the watch for communication breakdowns. David Kelly, founder of the wildly successful design firm Ideal, is famous for asking a group of people that have very little in common on their curriculum like tasks to solve a problem. Sometimes it is the data guy who comes up with the entirely new engineering solution, or the computer geek who figures out the best marketing strategy. For Ideal, This team approach has helped the company create everything from airplane lavatory science to the first computer mouse. Those meetings may lead to team members disagreeing within reason. That's a good thing, according to Link. Conflict is like the fire in the firebox of an old steam engine. Link said, "You don't want the fire to get so hot that it gets out of the firebox, but you don't want it to go out either." If you would like to comment on this story or anything else you have seen on BBC Capital, head over to our Facebook page or message us on Twitter. Fitness tips. Anywhere, anytime, no gear required. It's the most lazy 4 week of the year. If got Netflix click off, a refrigerator stuck with leftover, and a tin of cookies demanding your attention. Apart from returning some unfortunate gifts and visiting with family, nothing much is on your schedule for the next few days.